Nicholas Conti here representing King Visions Forex, back again with some more news you guys can use. Today we're going to be jumping into guidelines on how to properly stake and how to actually understand risk profile on a beginner's basis. Now, we have a couple of different scenarios here we're going to dive into. You guys do see this chart on my screen. We're going to be looking at some different dollar amounts and the lot sizes recommended for you guys to use to actually survive the Forex market and gain a compounding effect so we can get those withdrawals going. Now, if we do have, or you start with a $200 account, we're going to use $200 because it's flexible. We recommend you only use a 0.01 lot size. What that allows is flexibility. It allows you to withstand any nuances in the market, any drawdown. The market doesn't just go straight down or straight up. You guys are going to notice it gives you waves, or it's going to be moving up, down in a determined direction. So we're using that 0.01. It's going to allow us to work within the market. And in later lectures, we'll actually dive into some ways we can actually maximize or multiply our compounding effect, allowing us to take advantage of some of the moves against us in the market using proper risk. So $200, we're going to stick to a 0.01. 500, we use a 0.03, 1,000, 0.06. I won't entertain you guys and go through the whole list, but you can see some of the amounts. One thing I do want you to notice is we're not using any crazy risk. That's the fastest way to blow account and lose your investment. We're going to be smart traders. We're not going to do what the herd does or what the average trader does. We're going to actually stretch out our balances because we're going to get home runs if we're able to stay in the game. So what is a lot? Now, a lot is the reference of the smallest available trade size that you can place when trading in the Forex market. Typically, brokers will refer to lots by increments of 1,000 or a micro lot. Now, it's important to note the lot size directly impacts the risk you are taking. It directly impacts by the amount or the lot size you actually use. So that's vital, guys. Now, we will dive once again in some later videos of some of these nuances and the difference of the lots, the actual calculating out, the difference, or depending on the amount of pips you count, some different things you can do with changing lot sizes and how to calculate how much you're going to actually make on each trade. So stay tuned. We'll dive a little deeper in some of our more intermediate lessons. Now, I did want to give you guys an example of how to properly use risk management. Now, if you do have an account with $200, once again, we don't use it because it's flexible. Here's some proper risk management. Now, trader one at a 0.01 with a risk of 4% means you're risking about $8, which will equate to about 80 pips. Now, trader 2 is actually going to use a 0.02 with a risk of 4.5% of the total equity in the account, meaning you're risking about $16 if you still went for that same 80 pips or you had that 80 pip stop loss. Now, because here at King Visions FX, we don't believe in risking over 60 pips on an intraday trade. Now, you decide to enter that same exact trade twice, risking about 35 pips per trade, resulting in a total of about 7% of that 200, give or take. And there's different methods we actually, enter into the market, which will be covered in some later video topics. Now, if you do lose both trades, which can happen in the market, we're in this thing to actually manage the risk once again, so we can hit those home runs, and our winners will pay for our losers based on the actual schematics or the way that we're actually, attacking the market. Now, we typically have a win rate. It kind of fluctuates from 65 to 75% of the trades we take. We're going to win. Due to that, we're able to actually size in a method to where, once again, our winners are going to pay for the losers. Now, if you did lose one with 35 pips, but we won the other one, let's say at 55 pips, you're actually going to be in a positive, making money or netting right around 20 pips profit, which could be substantial depending on the lot size you're actually trading. So that's going to be kind of a little small breakdown on what lot sizes to use when you're taking our alerts or where you're actually entering into the market by yourself. Let's see if there's anything else. Take a look here at our alerts channel.